See, there was a reason that all of us took birth on this planet, in this body, in the country that we live in, with these parents, given the circumstances, given the amount of money we have, the kind of educational opportunities that are open to us. There's a reason for all of this. It wasn't a random accident that you were born right now, in this world, in this era, in this epoch, in this place, in this space-time continuum. You were born here, you were placed here because you wanted to learn something in life. And that something could be something as simple as learning to deal with arrogance, or it could be something huge as learning to deal with disability or racism. It could be anything. And our entire purpose in life gets masked by what we call Maya, delusion, world delusion. As soon as you are born, your mother and your father teach you the first thing about delusion by saying, you are so-and-so, you are baby so-and-so, I am your mother, this is your father, you belong to me, I belong to you. And then the mental constructs start from there. Initially, before a baby has that ability to recognize a mother or father, they're just general shapes. They are actually seeing things or seeing people for what they are, just without anything else. But the minute you attach that word my, you give birth to the ego, a very, very important part of the mind. And from then onward, it is the ego that decides what you do, where you go, who you speak with, what clothes you wear, which movies you watch, which books you read, which college you go to, who you hang out with, how you treat your parents, how you treat your friends, how you treat people that are, in your eyes, not equal to you. Right? That ego directs everything. I am better than him. I'm worse than him. I'm not going to hang out with him. I'm going to hang out with him. So, it becomes extremely, extremely important to actually take the effort to reach your purpose. Because everybody is busy telling you what your purpose should be. Your parents are telling you, you need to be an engineer, you need to be a lawyer, that's what you need to do. You need to get married, have 2 children, get a dog, live in the suburbs, have a 2 nice cars, 3-car garage, right? Everybody is deciding what you need to do. But what is your goal? What do you want from life? I remember when I was growing up as a kid, there was another family and they had a little boy who, was the kind that did calculus in first grade, right? And whenever anyone asked him, what do you want to be when you grow up? He said, a bus driver. And I always found that so sweet, because to him, the bus driver was the best thing that you could ever be, because he's going, taking you from place to place and everything else. Yeah. So I'm sure that as he grew up, he was never allowed to be the bus driver that he wanted to be, that he always longed to be. And that those simple desires or simple needs were replaced by much more complicated ones that are set not by you. You don't set any goals for yourself. These goals are set for you by the people that influence you. All the influences in your life. Who is influencing you right now? Is it someone on Instagram? Is it a celebrity? Is it a movie star? Is it Gandhi? Who are you trying to be like? Who are you trying to emulate? Right? That kind of decides your trajectory. But that need not necessarily be your goal. Because honestly, 90% of people in this world have unconditioned minds. Right? Have conditioned minds and are unaware of what they're doing. Unconscious minds, that's what I wanted to say. 90% of people are just being led by their minds down one alley and down another. I mean, would you go to Chicago and you want to go to the museum, right? That's a vision you have. You want to go to the museum, but you get into a cab and say, he says, where do I take you? You say, oh, go anywhere you please. Wherever you go, I'll go with you. Yeah. You go down one street and you go down another, then you go around the lake 4 times, and then you go here, you go up to some suburbs there, and then you finally land up at the museum. Would you do that? Would you do that? You might reach your destination finally, but in the meantime, look at how much time you would have lost just going literally mindlessly wherever your mind takes you. Aren't you doing just that? Aren't we all doing just that? Just following our mind without questioning whether this is where we want to go. Is this what we want to do? Most people will say, oh, it's my karma. This is my destiny. This is all that's there for me. I'm just going to be a garbage collector all my life. This is my vision. That was for me and that's it. I'm not going to change anything. And those that sit in the same job are either completely satisfied, maybe they found their service in life or their goal in life or what they had to learn in life, right? In some other field. So you may be a garbage collector by day and a musician by night. Who knows? Who knows where your talent lies? Who is going to tell you where your talent lies? Are you waiting for people to tell you? You're waiting for someone to show you the way? And we keep looking at hundreds of gurus. If you go to a bookstore, any bookstore, go to Barnes and there's no bookstores anymore, but you go on Amazon, there must be something like 1 million books, self-help books that are telling you what your goal is, how to find your goal, how to dream big, how to achieve the impossible thing, So much out there, that tell you, oh, attend this conference, you'll do it, you'll do great. Follow this self-help guru, follow that guru. This guru will show you the light. Ultimately, no guru shows you anything. You have to find your own way. It is all up to you. You are the embodiment of supreme consciousness. You are God, you are Godified. You have it within you. You have it within you. Each one of us is born with that God in us, with that consciousness flowing in us, and it is up to us to use this life to reveal it to ourselves. There is gold inside of you, you just have to remove the tarnish. And once you remove that tarnish, your true purpose will come up. It'll come up as a random thought, a random idea, an unbelievable stroke of fortune. You hear people say, oh, I was just in a bookstore and randomly Oprah walked in. Nothing is random. These are things that are supremely designed. The people you meet, the decisions you take, everything ultimately is supremely designed. So how are you to find your goal? How are you to find your... The problem is, you don't like where you are right now, and you think that your goal is to be somewhere else. But if you don't know where you're going, then will you even like where you reach? You're going to reach some place. Are you going to be happy then with where you've reached and where you are? Because even then, after you follow your dream, your whatever purpose, you're going to be here. Right now, it's going to be the same present moment. So are you going to be happy with that? You need to think about these things. You have a lot of time now. There's a lot of spare time. You're not doing the commute. You're home. You're with your family. You need to take some time to evaluate what you want. And your goals don't have to be huge. They don't have to be earth-shattering. They can be for the next week. They can be for the next 2 weeks. They can be for the next month. That's fine. That's fine. But you cannot have purposeful action in your life if you don't know where you're going. It's like taking that taxi and just wandering around wherever it takes you. Just doing whatever it is that's happening. Oh, I'll just keep following this. No, you have to have an action plan. You have to have some dream in mind. You have to have some goal in mind. Like at the end of 4 weeks, I want to complete writing my book. Or at the end of 4 weeks, I want to finish doing this portion of my job. Or I want to move on to this task next. Or I want to apply for a job here next. You have to have that, because if you don't, there will be nothing to guide your actions. Something at the back of your head. Now, this goal must not be something that you're just completely tied up about. Oh my God, I'm not reaching it. Oh my God, I want to become this. Oh my God, this has to happen. No. It just has to be something at the back of your mind, like a little light guiding your way. Just like illuminating the path so that you take the right action at the right moment. And right action is only taken when you do something from your source. How do you know that you've achieved your goal or you're on your right path? It will feel just right. There won't be any resistance coming up. Inside, something will be saying yes, yes, yes. And that's how you know you're in the right place. But for that to happen, you have to connect with your source. You have to connect. Are you connecting? Are you connecting with your source each day, every day? Are you giving yourself that space to just feel your presence, to just be? Because when you just are nothing, when you're not the director, when you're not the boss, when you're not the celebrity, when you're not the film producer, when you're not the news anchor, when you're not any of these labels, the father, the mother, the uncle, the patriarch, whoever you think you are, when you're none of those, then you just are. And when that happens, the universe functions through you. Things happen. Things just happen. Ideas germinate. Pathways open. Doors close. And other doors open. And you look back on yourself. If you just move with the flow of the universe, it's like flowing with the current. You reach your destination much faster than if you try to do something against the current. When you're flowing against the current, when things are going against you, you know that this is not the way to be going. Whenever you follow the river of life, whenever you get connected to your source, the movement is pretty fluid, There is something that just urges you along the path, and you know it's the right way to go. Isn't that a beautiful thing? And here we are, so worried about what people are wearing, what people are saying, what people are dressing like. So worried about small things in life. He said that to me, she said that to me. A little bit of squabble here. unhappiness, always unhappy with what you have, always complaining, always criticizing. You catch yourself at many times just thinking about how you criticize yourself, criticize others, spread that negativity in a negative environment. You will never reach your goal. You will never discover what you were put here for. So it's really quite simple. All you need to do is connect. Remove that tarnish. And how is that done? That is done by spiritual practices of meditation, of breathing, and of knowledge. You need all three. Nothing in isolation. People that know all the Vedas and know the Bhagavad Gita backwards are totally cerebral in their knowledge, totally intellectual in their knowledge. They have not connected with their source because they've attacked only one part of it. To allow that knowledge to function in your life, you need to open the portal, open the doorway. And that is only done through meditation and through the breathing. So you need all three: breathing, meditation, and knowledge. Nothing in isolation. Those that just meditate and don't use the knowledge, don't practice the knowledge, have achieved nothing. They're just at the starting point of it all. Because it's all about how you use this life that you have and where you take it. To what level do you take it? What doors do you open? How do you take advantage of what you've been given? Where do you move? What decisions do you take? What choices do you make? How much happiness you spread? How many people you hurt? It's all about that, right? So think about your goal. Think about your purpose. However big or small, make sure it is your goal. Your own personal goal, not something someone told you about. That's what's important. Hey, thanks for watching my video. If you like the content, hit the red subscribe button. I'm also on Facebook on my author page, Kanchana Krishnan Iyer, and I'm also on Instagram. See you there. I'll link it down below.